Hello friends, my name is Dalit Soni and you are watching UPSC Prelims PYQ analysis series by Drishti IAS. This will be the first episode from your geography's point of view. Herein we will be going for the discussion over the Indian geography as well as the physical geography. We will be coming up with the two episodes over here. First we will be covering the Indian geography and then we will be going to the world of the physical geography. Okay, so let's start our discussion over here. So in this particular session we will be focusing on the questions which are related to the Indian geography, physiography, drainage system, agriculture, etc. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the trends over here. So if you look at the trends over here, you can easily identify that there nearly 12 13 question has been asked previously before 2014. If you see, you have seen that there are some 10 to 15 question has been asked from the Indian geography. And if you talk about the recent trends here, you can see that nearly 6 7 8 9 question has been asked in the recent time. Okay, so considering that, you can say that 6 to 8 question has been asked recently in the the current scenario when we are talking about the time. But again, UPSC is kind of unpredictable, so they can switch the number of questions that is there, but again core areas are same on which we have to focus. Okay, now if you look at the areas over here, that is physiography. So one is related to your Indian physiography. What are the physical features of India which is there? Other than that, drainage system. There are certain rivers which are being asked by UPSC again and again. So we have to focus on that. Okay, so among that, among those rivers, you can see we have Ganga, we have Brahmaputra, we have you can say Yamuna, we have Chambal. All these rivers are there which are important for you. So that is there. Coming to the next one, agriculture. Now since this prelims examination is also an examination for the Indian Forest Service as well. So considering that the environment and the agricultural you can say section of the syllabus becomes important, so they will be asking some question from that area as well. Then minerals and the energy resources, human geography and the miscellaneous, so we will be considering that. So we will try to focus on these areas. We will be going through the physiography, drainage system, agricultural, etc., mineral resources, etc. Okay, so now let's start with the first part, that is your physiography. We will be starting with the first question over here. Consider the following statement: Amarkantak hills are at the confluence of Vindhya and the Sahyadri ranges. Okay, so now they are talking about the Amarkantak. Amarkantak is somewhere around in the MP area, or the you can say MP or Chhattisgarh. This is the area. So when we talk about the Sahyadris are on the you can say Western Ghats. Now if you look at the position of India like this, these are the Western Ghats and this portion is basically your Sahyadris. Okay. Now if we talk about the Amarkantak is located somewhere over here. So now obviously we can say that this is no confluence of Vindhyas. Vindhyas are like this. Obviously the this is the end, that is the western end of Vindhyas, and this is the eastern end. When we talk about Amarkantak, we can say that it is on the eastern side of Vindhyas and not on the western side. So considering that, we can say that this statement is incorrect. Coming to the next one, Biligiri Rangan Hills constitute the easternmost part of the Satpura range. Biligiri Rangan Hills. Now when we are talking about these hills, you must have heard about the BRT hills. Okay, there is this Biligiri Rangan temple is also there. Okay, so that is why it is called as BRT hills. These are there in Karnataka. These are there in Karnataka, and they are saying that it is on the easternmost part of the Satpuras. Now Satpuras are again somewhere over here, okay, and Karnataka is somewhere over here. So that is that statement also does not make sense. So we can eliminate the second statement as well. Coming to the third one, Shashasalam hills constitute the southernmost part of the Western Ghats. Okay, now again, now when we talk about the Shashasalam hills, okay, if you look at the map of India over here, you can see Shashasalams are located somewhere over here. Okay, this is your Andhra Pradesh region. Okay, somewhere over here they are located, and this is your Eastern Ghat. Okay, so we can say that this is on the Eastern Ghat and not on the Western Ghat. So that is why this statement becomes incorrect. So option D would be a right answer. None of them is correct over here. Now here you can see this is the explanation you can go through, because I have already told you. Here you can see this is the place over here when we talk about the Vindhya scarps. These are your Vindhyas. Okay, then coming to the next one, Satpuras are somewhere over here. So in the first we have seen over here. See here, this is the range, that is your Vindhyas range. This is the Satpura range, and in the valley region we will be having the Narmada Valley. Okay, so that is there. And here if you can go to this particular part over here, we will be having the Amarkantak hills. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one here, that is Amarkantak we have talked about. Coming to the next one, that is your Biligiri Ranjan hills. Here you can see Amarkantak hills are basically meeting points of Vindhyas and Satpuras. Here see, these are your Vindhyas, these are your Satpuras, and this is the area where they will be having a confluence. So this is the area where you will be having Amarkantak. Coming to the next one, that is Biligiri Ranjan are situated in the southeastern Karnataka. I have already told you. So obviously, while Satpura ranges are there in the eastern Gujarat or somewhere over here, this is your Satpuras. And when we talk about the Biligiri Ranjan, so it is over here. That is your Western Ghats. This is your Eastern Ghats. That is the confluence of Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats. That is your Nilgiri region. Okay, and over here, this small part is basically your Biligiri Ranjan hills. Okay, I hope that is clear. Coming to the next one, Sheshasalam, I have already told you that over here, this is the place, that is your Sheshasalam hills. Okay, so that is also clear. Coming to the Ghats over here, you know that these are your Western Ghats. So basically, these are northern Western Ghats. This is your central Western Ghats. These are your Nilgiris, that is the confluence of Eastern Ghats and the Western Ghats, and these are your southern Western Ghats. So this is how Western Ghats are divided. Generally, this area between the Maharashtra and Karnataka, this area is called as Sahyadris. Okay. Now, these are some of the information which are there from the Western Ghats point of view that can be important for you. So here you can go through this. Here some of the rivers are there which are western flowing rivers like Periyar, Bharatapuha, Netravati, Sharavati, Mandovi. Eastern flowing rivers, if we talk about, that is Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Tunga, Bhadra, Bhima, Malprabha, Ghatprabha, Himavati, Kabini. These rivers are important for you. Okay, you have to know that what kind of rivers are tributaries of which rivers. Like when we talk about the Kaveri river, the tributaries of Kaveri becomes important. When we talk about the Krishna river, tributaries become important. So now this is your homework, that you will go through the important rivers. Here you can say Periyar, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. These are the rivers whose basin you should know, whose tributaries you should know. Coming to the next one, endemic species etc. That has been given over here. Nilgiri tahar and the lion-tailed macaque, which is basically quite important in this particular region. If we talk about the protected area, Agasthamala, Nilgiri. When we talk about the national park, Silent Valley National Park, Bandipur, Eraviculam, Wayanad, Madumalai, Nagarhole. So these are some of the important things which you should remember. Important passes are given, that is Thal Ghat, Bor Ghat, Palakkad Gap is there, Amba Ghat, Nane Ghat, Amboli Ghat pass. All these passes are also important. If we talk about the significance which is given over here, some of the important committees, Gadgil committee which is there and Kasturi Rangan committee which is talking about the eco-sensitive region of the Western Ghats. So you should go through this as well. Major threats are given and names, different names are there. That is Sahyadris, that is your northern Maharashtra, I have told you already. Sahai Parvatam, that is in Kerala, in the southern part of you can say Western Ghats. And other than that, you can go through this particular you can say slide over here. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take it, because that can be important. Otherwise, we will be placing the PDF in the you can say Telegram channel, which is link is given in the description. You can download the PDF from there. Okay, so that is there. You can have a look at it. Now, before moving further, I would like to tell you that with the IAS Prelims 2025 GS course, we are helping you prepare for your prelims. So here some key features are given. 400 plus hours of classes will be there. Unlimited view time will be there for your validity. Till the course is valid, you can watch it anytime, any number of any class, any number of time you can watch. Prelims test series will also be included over here. Medium of instructions will be English medium, and for more information you can call us on this number, that is 87501 87501. Any kind of query if you have with respect to this course or any kind of other test series or other course etc. you want, you can call us on this particular number. Okay, now let's move further and let's see the next question. Consider the following pairs. One side peaks are given, second side your mountains are given over here. So let's see. Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalayas, Nanda Devi, Kumaon Himalayas, No Creek, Sikkim Himalayas. Now you have to see which of the pair are correctly matched over here. Now Namcha Barwa is the place where Himalayas are taking turns. When we talk about the Himalayas, you know that Himalayas expanse is something like this. When we talk about India, okay, so something like this we have. I'm not very good with the drawings here. After that, let's say we'll take the picture over here. So something like that, Sikkim is there, and then we have Arunachal Pradesh, and Himalayas are having like this. Okay, when we talk about the Arunachal Pradesh, they will be having a turn like this. Okay, these Himalayas are basically your Purvanchal Himalayas. Now over here we have this peak that is called as Namcha Barwa. Okay, so basically Namcha Barwa is there in the Arunachal Pradesh region and not, or you can say the northeastern region, and not in the Garhwal Himalayas. Garhwal Himalayas are basically your Uttarakhand region. Okay, so that is wrong. Second, come to Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi is in the Kumaon Himalayas. That is fine. Okay, basically when we talk about Uttarakhand and this particular region, so Himalayas are here divided into two parts. One is your Garhwal Himalayas, second is your Kumaon Himalayas. Okay, now coming to the next one, No Creek. No Creek is in Meghalaya. So this is also incorrect. Only one is correct, that is the second one. So option B would be a right answer, that is 2 only. Okay. So here you can see when we talk about this particular whole region, you should go through this particular map, because obviously if I go into details of this, that will be very difficult for us. Here you can see what is important for us is Namcha Barwa. Here you can see this is your Namcha Barwa. Okay. So here we have Abor, Mishmi, these are there. So this is how basically your Himalayas are turning. Namcha Barwa is there. Coming to the next one, that is your Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi is located over here. That is the area of your Kumaon Himalayas. Okay. Then Nokrek. Nokrek is somewhere over here. That is your Assam, and this is a Brahmaputra over here. This is Meghalaya, and where Nokrek is located. Okay. We have talked about this, so you can go through this. I think there should not be any doubt. Or you can see when we talk about the Namcha Barwa, mountain ranges comes under the Tibetan Himalayas. The greater Himalayas extend from Nanga Parvat in the west to the Namcha Barwa peak in the east. After Namcha Barwa, you will be seeing that the direction of Himalayas is changing from Nanga Parvat over here, Namcha Barwa over here. Then you will be having Himalayas like this. That is your Purvanchal Himalayas. Okay. Then coming to the Nanda Devi belong to the Kumaon Himalayas, which is part of the Himalayas situated between the Satluj and the Kali rivers. Kali river is also important for you, because Kali river is the reason because of which India and Nepal are having some kind of boundary issue. When we talk about the Lipu Lake, Limpiadhura, this Kalapani region, this is the reason which Nepal is claiming that is ours because of the shift in the Kali river. Okay. Other than that, one more important factor is there, that is Susta. Okay. Susta river is also there, and Susta region is there in Bihar, which is also contested between India and Nepal. Okay. Coming to the next one, Nokrek is part of Garo Hills, which we have already seen. Garo Hills are there in Meghalaya, so that is there. Now coming to the next one, Siachen Glacier is situated to east of Aksai Chin, east of Leh, north of Gilgit, or north of Nubra Valley. If you look at this particular map over here, that is your Siachen Glacier, and over here we have this Nubra Valley. Okay, so we can say in the north of Nubra Valley we are having the Siachen Glacier. Okay, so option D would be your right answer over here. Explanation is given over here. Let's move further to the next part. Now I have taken the liberty to make sure that all the physiographic division of the India has been given over here. So let's go through this. This is your Himalayas. Now when we talk about the Himalayas, you know that Himalayas are divided into four parts. One is your Trans Himalayas, then Greater Himalayas, then we have Middle Himalayas, then Lesser Himalayas. Okay, so that is also there, so which you can go through that. This is how you can say your Purvanchal Himalayas are. Okay. Now if you look at this particular region, that is your Indo-Gangetic plain, which is quite normal for you to know, because this is the area where Ganga, Yamuna rivers are there. Okay, so this is the place where you are finding the alluvial soil, and this is the fertile area of our country. Okay, coming to the next one, if you talk about, so here these are your northeastern Himalayas, which is also quite obvious. Okay, then when we talk about the hill ranges, etc., so here you can see these are your Western Ghats, these are your Eastern Ghats. Okay, then coming to the central highlands, you know that in India we have this particular part, that is your central highland. This is your desert, Thar desert, which is also you must be familiar with. Then when we talk about this area, this is your Gujarat coastal plains. Okay, so that is there. Coming to this is your Deccan region, Deccan plateau, which is there. Okay, and if you talk about this area, okay, these are your eastern plateaus, or you can say that this is your Chota Nagpur plateau and etc. This is the region. Okay, here we have, when we talk about this particular region, we have Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills, and this is the Chota Nagpur, and here Rajmahal hills are there. So this area is called as the Garo Rajmahal gap. Okay, so this is about your physiography of India, and you can see the map. And coming to the next part, this is the physical division over here. Various areas are there, like this is your Himalayas. Okay, various ranges etc. like Pir Panjal or Karakoram, Nubra Valley, all these things are important for you. Coming to the next part, that is your Gangetic plains. Over here various ranges are there. This is your Thar and this is your Aravalli range. Okay, we have already talked about the Vindhyas and Satpuras. We have talked about the Narmada Valley. Over here, if you go to the Deccan side, we will be seeing that here, this is your, you can say, Western Ghats, this is your Eastern Ghats. Various important peaks are there. Nilgiris is there. When we talk about the Cardamom Hills, which is part of your Western Ghat, all these things are there. We cannot go into details of everything, because obviously this is your static part, and I'm sure that you have gone through this. Okay, now coming to the next one, that is your drainage system. Now from this particular analysis, what you can see over here is that they are asking you about important things. When we talk about the Namcha Barwa, when we talk about the Nanda Devi, Nokrek, these are some of the areas which you cannot miss, which is something which you should know. Okay, so you have to be very sure about the mapping work of yours. You take at least go through this various times before going to the exam. Every day make sure that you are sitting there for like 10 minutes and you are just going through the atlas. So that is basically your job. Now coming to the next part, that is your drainage system. Okay, here various rivers has been given over here. If you want a map, you can go through this particular map, you can take this map. Okay, it will be available in the PDF as well. So now let's talk about the question number 1 over here. With reference to the Himalayan rivers joining the Ganga Ganga downstream of Prayagraj from west to east. Which of the following sequence is correct? Four rivers are given: Gagra, Gomti, Gandak or Kosi. Okay, so if you go through the sequence, that is something normal which you should know. Option B is your right answer, but I'll go through this particular map over here. Here you can see this is your Ganga river. Okay, and then we have this Yamuna which is over there. Now if you look at this particular region over here, you will be seeing that the Gomati is there, then Ghagra is there, Gandak is there, and then Kosi is there. Okay, Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Here they are saying that west to east. Okay, this is your west, west to east we are going. Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. So here you can see Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Option B is your right answer. Now outcome of this particular question, or you can say the learning from this question, is that you should know about this particular basin quite well. Now since they have asked this question in 2024, I would suggest that you focus on all four rivers this time. Okay, so that is quite important for you. Okay, other than that, you should know about the origin of Ganga, you should know about the mouth of the river. That is something which you should know. Okay, Ganga river system if we talk about, so this is the largest river system in India, discharged into the Bay of Bengal near the Sagar Island. So that is important. Sagar Island recently has been in news also, that is why it becomes even more important. There is one fair, or that is called as the Ganga Sagar Mela. Ganga Sagar Mela, which has been mentioned by Kalidas in their book, that is your Raghuvansham. Okay, so considering that from a art and culture's point of view, becomes this particular thing becomes important, because it was in news, because you can say because of the rise in the sea level, this particular Sagar Islands are at the threat, and that is why this particular congregation, that is the second largest in the world after Kumbh, so that is also threatened. Okay, so that is why Ganga Sagar Mela was in news. Sagar Island becomes important because it was in the news. Okay, coming to the next one, left bank tributaries west to east if we talk about, that is your Gomati, Ghagra, Gandak, Kosi, which we have already seen. Tributary of Ganga, alluvial river of the Ganga plain, and that is starting from the Gomat Tal. Okay, that is Fulhar Jheel in UP. Coming to the next one, Ghagra, here you can see there is this glacier, that is Map Chen Chungo. Okay, Mapchang Chungo glacier is there, that is there in Tibet. So from there the river is having the origin. Tributaries are Tila, Seti, Beri. So that is something which you should remember. Coming to the next one, Gandak. Gandak is formed by the Kali Gandak and the Trishul Ganga streams. Okay, so these two streams are there which are merging to form Gandak. Origin is there in Nepal Himalayas between Dholagiri and the Mount Everest, and then enters India at Champaran in Bihar. Okay, that is something you should remember. Joins Ganga at the Sonpur near Patna. Kosi river if you talk about, so Kosi is quite important. Okay, Kosi is also known as the Sorrow of Bihar. Why is that? You should tell me in the comment box. Here you can see origin is north of the Mount Everest, Tibet, and then coming to the next one, tributaries are Son Kosi, Tamur Kosi. Okay, coming to the next one, it forms the Sapt Kosi after merging with the Arun Kosi. Okay, so that is your Ganga river system, wherein we have talked about the Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. I have tried to cover the important information over here from these four rivers point of view, but I would suggest that you prepare these four rivers this time. Okay, consider the following information: waterfall, region and the rivers are given: Dhauladhar, Malwa and Narmada. Now when we talk about the Dhauladhar, that is there in MP, but that is not part of your Malwa region. Okay, so that is something you can say the first one is wrong. That is, and it is on the Narmada river, that is fine. Coming to the next one, Hundru, Chota Nagpur and Subarna Rekha. So that I would say that this is the correct you can say match which is there. Hundru falls are there in the Chota Nagpur and it is on the Subarna Rekha river. Then coming to Gairsopa, that is basically in Western Ghat, and they are talking about the river that is Netravati. This is not on the Netravati, this is on the Sharavati river. Okay, so here you can say this statement 3 is also incorrect. Only one is matched. Option A would be your right answer over here. Here you can see this is your Dhauladhar Falls, that is Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. Narmada river is basically on Narmada, it is located, but not part of your Malwa. Okay, that is there. Coming to the next one, Hundru, that is there near Ranchi, Jharkhand. Subarna Rekha river is, when we talk about, this is on the Subarna Rekha and it is in the vicinity of the Chota Nagpur plateau, so that you should remember. Coming to the next one, that is Gairsopa Falls, that is also known as the Jog Falls or the Garusope Falls or the Jogada Gundi in Karnataka. So that is there and it is on the Sharavati river and not on the Netravati river. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Here some of the important, when you talk about the Dhumadhar, that is there over here. Okay, Hundru, that is given over here. When we talk about the next one, that is your Jog Falls, that is somewhere over here. Okay, so these three are there, I guess. Okay, so we have seen this. Now we can move further to the next one. Consider the following statements over here. Jhelum river passes through the Vular lake. Okay, Now we will see Krishna river directly feeds the Koleru lake. Now we will be seeing this statement as well, and meandering of Gandak river from Kanwar lake. Okay, now Kanwar lake is there in Bihar. Okay, Koleru lake, that is there in Karnataka. Coming to the Vular Lake is there in Jammu and Kashmir. Now that is why these three lakes becomes important for you. Okay, so that is one thing. Coming to the next one, Jhelum river passes through the Vular Lake. Now that is important thing which is true. Coming to the next one, Krishna river directly feeds the Koleri river. Now that is not the case. It does not directly feed it, but there are two streams of Krishna river which is basically feeding the, you can say, Koleru lake. So it is indirectly, not directly but indirectly feeding the Koleru lake. So statement 2 becomes wrong over here. Coming to the next one, meandering of Gandak river forms Kanwar lake. Now this is also wrong because it is not Gandak, it is the Budi Gandak. Okay, Budi Gandak is basically the river which is forming the meanders over there, and one such lake is, there is that Kanwar lake, that is there in Bihar. So this is also wrong. Statement 1 becomes the right one, only one, that is your option A becomes correct. Vular lake, if you talk about, so it is the second largest freshwater lake in Asia. You will be telling me in the comment box that which is the largest you can say freshwater lake in Asia. So it is there in Jammu and Kashmir. Source of the river is basically, source of the lake is river Jhelum, which later joins the Chenab in the Pakistan. Okay, this is part of your Indus river system. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one, unique feature, if you talk about, it contains a small island called as Zena Lang. Okay, so that you can remember. Pronunciation can be different because that can be in the local language. Koleru lake, if you talk about, that is there in Andhra Pradesh and not Karnataka. Okay, I'm sorry, I must have told you Karnataka. This is not Karnataka, this is Andhra Pradesh. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, moving further, here it is there in, you can say, Andhra Pradesh and not Karnataka. I'm sorry for that. Anyways, if you talk about the location, it is situated in Andhra Pradesh and not Karnataka, and it is fed by the Bundameru and the Tamileru streams. Now these are the two streams which are basically tributaries of the Krishna river. Okay, that is Bundameru and Tamileru. Now basically these two are indirectly feeding the lake, that is your Koleru lake. Okay, coming to the next one, Krishna river's growth, if you talk about, so that is indirectly it is feeding this particular lake. Coming to the next one over here, Kanwar lake, that is there in Bihar, in Begusarai district. Formation is cut off meander of the Budi Gandak river, which we have already seen. So basically Budi Gandak is basically your river which is forming this particular Kanwar lake. Okay, so here only one is the right answer. Again I'm telling you, this is not Karnataka, this is Andhra Pradesh. Okay, here I have taken the map wherein I have actually put forward the important lakes over here. So Vular lake has been given over here. Then we have Dal lake, that you should remember. Other than that, when we talk about the Pangong, so that becomes very much important because that has been in the news throughout. So Murari lake becomes important for you. Over here you can say this when we talk about the various lakes over here, so that becomes important over here. The Porbil, that is there in Assam. So that becomes important for you. Govind Ballabh Pant Sagar, that is important. Chilika lake is important. Okay, over here Kanwar lake is there, that is basically in Bihar. Okay, and Sambhar is a saltwater lake that is there in Rajasthan, which has also been in the news because of the Great Indian Bustard. Okay, other than that, if you look at the Vembanad lake, these are basically your backwaters of Kerala. That is how it is important for you. Other than that, there are various lakes which are there. Lonar lake, this is important. Loktak lake, that is important for you. Okay, other than that, I hope Nakki lake is important, Pichola is important. Okay, so you can go through this particular, you can say, map over here. Other than that, when we talk about the saltwater lakes in India, so here we have Sambhar, Deedwana, Kuchaman lake, Sagol, Khatu, Chilika lake, Pulikat lake, Lonar lake and Pangong lake. Okay, now these lakes are there in Rajasthan. Sambhar, Deedwana, Kuchaman, Sargol or Khatu. These are some of the lakes which are there in Rajasthan. Chilika lake, which is there in Odisha, over here we have already seen. Pulikat lake is somewhere over here in the southern India. Then coming to the Lonar lake, we have seen that is there in Maharashtra. Okay, Pangong, so that is there in Ladakh, we have seen. Okay, so that is something which you should remember. Coming to the next question, with reference to the India, Deedwana, Kuchaman, Sargol, Khatu are the are the names of glaciers, mangroves, Ramsar sites or saline lakes. Now, if you know one or two lakes out of this, let's say Deedwana is quite important in Rajasthan, and Sargol is Deedwana is important, and Khatu is a place which is there near Jaipur. So if you are having some kind of touch with Rajasthan or some kind of general knowledge, if you have Khatu Shyam etc., so you will be knowing that this is there in Rajasthan and these are your saline lakes. Option D is your right answer. I have already talked about this. Here you can see when we talk about the lakes over here, largest freshwater lake, that is Vular lake in Jammu Kashmir. Okay, coming to that is, we are talking about India over here. In India, largest freshwater lake is Vular lake. And when we were talking about Vular Lake over there, I said that it is second largest lake of Asia. First you have to tell me in the comment box. Now in India it is the largest lake, largest brackish water lake, that is there Chilika Lake. Okay, then coming to the largest saltwater lake, that is Sambhar Lake in Rajasthan. Largest artificial lake, that is Govind Vallabh Pant Sagar in Uttar Pradesh. Longest lake is Vembanad Lake in Kerala, and the largest high altitude lake is Cholamu Lake. Okay, I must have mentioned it. Okay, I forgot to take the name over here. That is Cholamu Lake. Okay, that is there in Sikkim. I hope that is clear, so that you can go through. Now moving further to the next one, that is consider the following pairs. Reservoirs are given over here and then states are given. So Ghat Prabha, Telangana; Gandhi Sagar, Madhya Pradesh; Indira Sagar, Arunachal Pradesh; Methone, Chhattisgarh. Okay, now if you look at this, there is one thing which I am sure of, that is your Gandhi Sagar, which is there in Madhya Pradesh, that I am sure of. Okay, so that is one thing. Coming to the next one, that is Ghat Prabha. Ghat Prabha is not there in Telangana. Here you can see Ghat Prabha and the Hidkal Dam, that is important for you, and that is there in Karnataka. So and this is not in Telangana. So this becomes wrong. Coming to the next one, Indira Sagar. Indira Sagar Polavaram. Okay, Indira Sagar Polavaram, if it is there, so that reservoir is there in Andhra Pradesh, but only Indira Sagar is there, that is in MP. Again I am telling you, if they are talking about Indira Sagar only, so Indira Sagar is there in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, if they are talking about the Indira Sagar Polavaram, in that case it will be there in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so that is why here they are talking about Indira Sagar only, so you can eliminate this one as well. Again I am telling you, if Indira Sagar only is there, that means that it is there in Madhya Pradesh. If it is Indira Sagar Polavaram, then it is there in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, then Methone, that is not there in Chhattisgarh, that is basically there in Jharkhand. Okay, so here you can see only one is matched. Over here not correctly matched they are asking, so only one is matched and other three are your wrong choices. So option C would be your right answer, that is only 3 pairs. Okay, now here you can see Ghat Prabha, that is Hidkal Dam, that is on Karnataka, in Karnataka. Gandhi Sagar Dam, that is on the Chambal River, that is there in Madhya Pradesh. Coming to the next one, Indira Sagar, that is on the Narmada River, Madhya Pradesh. Indira Sagar Polavaram, that is there in Andhra Pradesh on the Godavari River, and Methone, that is Barakar Lake, that is in Jharkhand. Okay, I hope that is clear. Again go through this, that would be your important thing. Now again I would say that learning from this question is that you know about all 4, you can say, reservoirs over there. Okay, coming to the next one, here some of the reservoirs has been given. Okay, so you can go through this. Over here I could tell you that is Methone over here, which is important. Nagasuna Sagar is important, Srisailam is important. Other than that, here Idukki, that is there. Mulla Periyar is important. Okay, Krishna Raja Sagar is important. Other than that, if you come little bit in the north, here Tungabhadra Dam is there, which is quite important. Other than that, Hirakund Dam is quite important for you. Kota Barrage is important. Indira Sagar, we have just seen Indira Sagar is in Madhya Pradesh, and Indira Sagar Polavaram, that is in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, then Sardar Sarovar Dam, that is also quite important for you. Okay, Gandhi Sagar we have already seen. Rana Pratap Dam, which is there in Rajasthan. Okay, other than that, over here Tehri Dam, that becomes important for you. Okay, and over here you can say Ranjit Sagar is important, Bhakra Nangal is quite important for you. So I think I have covered the important ones. Now let's move further to the next one. Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which of the following rivers? Kaveri, Manjira, Pennar or Tungabhadra? Here answer is Pennar River. Okay, that is when we talk about the Grand Canyon. Okay, so which is when we talk about the canyons, this is also a physiographical feature. Okay, here you can see Gandikota is a village in Kadapa district of Andhra Pradesh, surrounded by the Pennar River on the right. That is there, Pennar we have already seen. The village is popular for the spectacular valley formed by the river running through the Eramala Hills. Eramala Hills becomes important for you. Okay, the narrow valley and the steep rocky walls with the stream running between them basically looks very beautiful. Here you can see this is the something which is called as the canyon. Okay, so you can say this is a place wherein you will be seeing that the valley region is quite deep. Okay, and the side or the hills which are on the sides, these are quite steep in nature. Okay, so one such feature is Grand Canyon also. Okay, so considering that when we talk about India, this is one of the canyon which is there in the Kadapa district of Andhra Pradesh, that is Gandikota, and it is a village over there. Okay, so moving further, Consider the following pairs wetlands and the locations are given: Hokera wetland, Punjab; Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh; Rudrasagar, Tripura; and Sastam Kottai, Tamil Nadu. Now, when we talk about this particular, you can say wetlands and the regions over here, Hokera is not located in Punjab. Okay, Hokera is located in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so that is there. Now coming to the next one, if you look at, that is Renuka wetland, that is there in Himachal Pradesh, that is right. Rudrasagar is there in Tripura, that is also right. Sastam Kotta, that is there in Kerala and not Tamil Nadu. Okay, so here only 2 are correct, 2 and 3. Option B would be your right answer over here. Here you can see Hokersar wetland, that is basically there in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, it is known as the Queen wetland of Kashmir, designated Ramsar site. It is a designated Ramsar site of international importance. Then coming to the next, that is your Renuka wetland, that is there in Himachal Pradesh. Unique feature is that is your oblong shape flanked by the steep hills when we talk about the east to west, and it is also a Ramsar site. Okay, what you have to remember over here is that is Renuka wetland is located in the Himachal Pradesh. That would be enough for you. Hokersar is there in Pir Panjal range, that is there in Jammu and Kashmir. This you should remember, that is the Queen wetland of Kashmir. Coming to the next one, Rudrasagar, that is there in Tripura. Okay, it is also known as Rudizala. Okay, so that is something famous for the Neer Mahal or the lake palace that at its center, and it is also a Ramsar site. Then coming to the next one, Sastam Kotta, that is there in Kerala. Okay, and it is named after the Sasta temple which is there on its bank. Okay, and it is the largest freshwater lake in, you can say, Kerala. We have also seen Vembanad lake, that is the longest lake. So that is about your 4 lakes. Again, I told you that wetlands, lakes, these are important. I have taken the liberty to put the wetlands over here. These are 75 wetlands as per August 2022. Okay, there are various additions which has happened. If we talk about today, there are nearly 87 wetlands which are there. So you can go through these, you can say, Ramsar sites. Okay. So this is about the map. Other than that, whatever additions are there, you can make these additions over here or in your notes. Consider the following rivers: Brahmani, Nagavali, Subarnrekha and Vamsthara. Which of the above rise from the eastern Ghats? Okay, so now if you talk about, they are saying that from the eastern Ghats, that is rising. Brahmani is not one of them, which I am sure of. So that is there. Now coming to the next one, Nagavali, that is there. Subarnrekha is also not one of them, because we have seen that is somewhere in Jharkhand. Okay, so coming to the next one, 2 and 4 becomes your right answer, that is 2 and 4. Option B would be your right answer. Over here, if you talk about the Subarnrekha, I told you that is somewhere in Jharkhand, that is Chhota Nagpur Plateau near the Nagari village, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Coming to the first one, that is your Brahmani, that is also known as the South Koel river, and it is near the Nagari village, Ranchi, Jharkhand. Okay, coming to the next one, Nagavali, that is there in eastern Ghats near Lakhbahal, Kalahandi district of Odisha. So that is one of the, you can say, right answer. Then Vamsthara, that is there in eastern Ghats, Odisha. So that is about your rivers which is originating from the eastern Ghats. Okay, so B, option B is your right answer, 2 and 4. Coming to the next one, with reference to the Indus river system, which of the following 4 rivers, 3 of them pour into one of them which joins the Indus directly along the following? Which one is such a river that joins the Indus direct? Okay, now you have to see that which river is there which is directly joining the Indus river. Okay, what they are saying is that 3 rivers are pouring into one. Here you can see, with reference to the Indus river system, of the following 4, these following 4 are there. 3 of them are pouring into one of them. 3 of them are coming together and pouring into one of them, and then joins the Indus directly. So if we talk about the rivers over here, you will be seeing that option D is your right answer over here, that is Satluj. Here you can see there is a map. Here you can see this is your Indus river. Okay, then this is your Jhelum. Jhelum is coming and joining the Chenab river over here. Okay, then here you can say Ravi, which is joining the Chenab. Beas is there, which is joining the Satluj river, and then this Chenab river, which is over here, that is joining the Satluj river over here, and Satluj is going into Indus. Okay, so all the rivers are ultimately going into Indus. Before that, all the rivers are merging with the Satluj river over here, because Satluj is the largest one over here. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So here you can see option D, Satluj is the right answer. Here you can see Jhelum joins the Chenab near Jhang in Pakistan. Ravi joins the Chenab near Sarai Sidhu. Then coming to the next one, that is Satluj is joined by the Chenab river in Pakistan. Then Satluj receives the collective drainage of Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum rivers and joins the Indus few kilometers after the Mithankot. Okay, if you can remember this location, that is fine. Otherwise, just know that all the rivers are ultimately going into Indus. Okay, and all these rivers, that is your Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, that is joining somehow one way or another. They are joining the Satluj river. Okay. Now, one more important aspect here is that your Indus Water Treaty, which was signed in 1960 between India and Pakistan, and there was a division between India and Pakistan of these rivers and how the water of this river will be used. So they have actually divided the river system into two parts, your western rivers and the eastern rivers. Okay, so if you talk about the western rivers and the eastern rivers, here you can say eastern rivers are Satluj, Beas and Ravi. Okay, and this is the division over here. Chenab, Jhelum and Indus is the you can say western rivers. So if when we talk about the western rivers, so on these western rivers we only have a run of the river rights. Run of the river rights means that we can utilize the flowing water, but we cannot go for the storage of the water. Okay, so we have limited rights on these western rivers over here, that is Chenab, Jhelum and Indus. When we talk about the eastern rivers, we have all the rights. We have storage rights as well as the run of the river rights, that is your Satluj, Beas and Ravi rivers. Okay, India is trying to reconsider this particular deal, and they have wrote various times to the Pakistan, and there is no response from that. Okay, consider the following pairs. Glaciers are given on one side, and second side you will be seeing that the rivers are given. Bandarpuch, Yamuna, Barasingri, Chenab, Milam, Mandakini, Siachen, Nubra, Zemu, Manas. Now they are saying that which of the following are correctly matched. Okay, if you look at Bandarpuch, that is there with Yamuna. When we talk about the origin of Yamuna, you will be seeing that the Bandarpuch is the glacier. Okay, coming to the next one, that is Barasingri, that is right, that is with Chenab, so that is also right. Coming to the next one, Miam, Mandakini, now this is wrong, and when we talk about the Siachen, that is with the Nubra Valley, that is also right. So 1, 2 and 4 is right. Okay, so option A would be your right answer over here. Now if you look at the third one and the fifth one over here, you can see Milam. Milam is when we talk about the location, that is there in Uttarakhand. Over here Gori Ganga is basically a river, that is the tributary of Kali river, so that is the origin of this particular river. Then Zemu is in Sikkim. Here you can see Zemu on the Manas, it has been given, it is on the Sikkim, and it is the Teesta river which is originating from them. Okay, you must have heard about this particular area which is there in the vicinity of the Chungthang. Okay, so that becomes important. Zemu is the place from where your Teesta is coming out, that is tributary of Brahmaputra river. So that is something which you should remember. Okay, so option A is your right answer, that is Bandarpuch is Yamuna, Barasingri is Chenab, and Milam, here we have talked about the Gori Ganga, and Siachen, that is there in the Nubra, which is fine, and Zemu, that is there in the, you can say, Sikkim. So these are the locations and these are the rivers which are feeding it from. So that is there. Coming to the next one, Barasingri is when we talk about, so here this is with the Chenab river, that is you can say associated with, and the location is Himachal Pradesh. Again you can see Bandarpuch is located in Uttarakhand, Barasingri is located in Himachal Pradesh, Milam is in Uttarakhand, Siachen is there in Ladakh, and when we talk about Zemu, that is there in Sikkim. Okay. Now before moving further, I would like to tell you that we are offering you ISGS Foundation course, and the key feature of this course are we will be having 1000+ hours of the classes, and unlimited view times will be there, because obviously as I told you that for the time of the validity of the course you will be having this unlimited view time, wherein you can say watch a particular class any number of time. Okay, so that can be important for your revision. Other than that, we are also offering the prelims test series under this particular course, that is integrated with it, so that is there. The medium of instruction will be English, that is a live online course. Okay, for more details you can call us on this number, that is 87501. For any kind of query you can call on this particular number. Now we will be talking about the agriculture over here. So let's see. With reference to the tea board in India, consider the following statement. Tea board is a statutory body. Coming to the next one, it is a regulatory body attached to the Ministry of Agriculture and the Farmer Welfare. Now that statement is incorrect. Okay, if we talk about the regulatory body which is attached with which ministry, so it is attached with the Ministry of Commerce. Now because since it is a commercial crop. Okay, coming to the next one, tea board's head office is situated in Bengaluru, and the tea board has overseas office, that's Dubai and Moscow. Now when we talk about the tea board head office, that is not there in Bengaluru, so that statement becomes wrong. So 2 and 3 is wrong, 1 and 4 is the right answer. Option D is your right answer over here. Now when we talk about the tea board's you can say headquarters, that is there in basic Kolkata. Okay, so here you can see tea board function as the statutory body under the central government established under section 4 of the Tea Act 1953. Okay, other than that, it comes under the Ministry of Commerce, which I have already told you. It is reconstituted every 3 years. Currently, tea board has 2 overseas offices, that is in Dubai and Moscow. What is the job of there? So these are designed to undertake the various promotional measures to boost the exports of the tea from India. It when we talk about the tea board, that is headquartered in Kolkata. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now we can move to the next one. We are talking about the key facts about the tea. When we talk about the particular question over here, they are asking about tea. Okay, so there are high chances that they will be playing with the tea or any other commercial crop. Okay, so that is how you are kind of knowing that what UPSC is basically asking. Okay, so here if you talk about tea, so there are some of the facts which is given. Growth condition, if you talk about, so we will be needing a climate which is tropical and subtropical climate, region with the hot and humid climatic conditions. Okay, if you talk about the temperature ideal range will be 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius, and it is when we talk about the temperature which is above 35 degrees Celsius, which is harmful, or if it is below 10 degrees Celsius, then in that case also it is harmful. When we talk about the rainfall, it requires 150 to 300 centimeter of the rainfall annually, so that is something you can say which is the important condition. And soil, if you talk about, so here you can say it goes best in the slightly acidic soil without calcium, with porous subsoils for proper drainage. Okay, so proper drainage is required. You will be seeing that when we talk about the cultivation of tree, mostly it is there in the hilly areas, and the cultivation is done on the steps. Okay, something like that, steps will be there. So that is because proper drainage is required over here. Okay, so that is their second most consumed beverage after water. Okay, so that is something which is interesting fact. It is the second most consumed beverage after water, and not only in India but globally. Okay, in India, if we talk about, India is basically second largest producer of tea after China, largest consumer, consuming nearly 30% of the world's tea output. Okay, 30% of world's tea is consumed by India. So it is also a you can say second largest producer as well as the good market. Okay. Coming to the next one, consider the following states: Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Tripura. How many of the above are generally known as the tea producing states? Okay, if you talk about the tea producing states over here, you will be seeing that nearly all the states over here are having this. So option D is your right answer. All the 4 states are having it. So here you can see, this is the northeastern region over here. Okay, some parts of Tripura will also be having it. Then we have West Bengal, then Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and some parts of Andhra Pradesh will also be having this cultivation. Okay, so here you can see Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh and Tripura. Here you can see that it has been given major tea producing states. Okay, but tea production is also there in these areas, that is your northeastern region. Then some part of West Bengal, that is Darjeeling etc., which is there. Other than that, you will be seeing that this over region, this region where hilly region is there, and the temperature and the climatic conditions are right. Other than that, some parts of Uttarakhand and the Himachal Pradesh also are producing the tea. Okay, so here according to the Tea Board of India, the known tea producing states are Assam, Tripura, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh. These 4 states play a significant role in satisfying the domestic as well as the international demand. Andhra Pradesh is not a major tea producer, but it is also having a tea producing areas. Okay, so that is why it is important. However, tea cultivation does not take place in the certain areas of the Andhra Pradesh. As I told you, not all the areas are having it, only those areas which are on the hilly region. Okay, so if you look at the Andhra Pradesh over here, you will be finding that on the eastern ghats or the hilly areas they are producing it. Okay, so that is about the, you can say, tea producing states. Option D is your right answer. Coming to the next one, the crop is subtropical in nature. A hard frost is injurious to it. It requires at least 210 frost free days and 50 to 100 centimeters of the rainfall for its growth. A light, well drained soil capable of retaining moisture is ideally suitable for the cultivation of the crop. Now, if you look at the cotton, jute, sugarcane and tea, tea is not an option because we have already seen that the water requirement is high, and when we talk about the drainage, that drainage requirement should be there, and proper drainage should be there, and retention of water should not be very much. Okay, so tea is not the case. In case of the sugarcane also, you will be requiring a lot of water. Okay, so that is also not that. So basically here also you will be requiring a rainfall which is higher than that. Now between cotton and jute, option A is your right answer, that is cotton. They are talking about the cotton because it is a subtropical crop, and hard frost is injurious for this particular crop. Okay, option A is your right answer. Now if you talk about the cultivation conditions of the copper, because they are talking about the 4 crops over here. So see over here, in 2020 they have given 4 crops: cotton, jute, sugarcane and tea. Now you will be seeing that they are asking a lot of questions from the tea and sugarcane and cotton. Okay, and when we talk about the other crops like wheat and rice, they are quite having this favorite, is your rice is quite favorite for that. Okay, so sugarcane, tea, rice, cotton, these are the crops which is been asked again and again, which you should give more attention to. Now let's see the cotton. Temperature range is between 21 degree to 30 degrees Celsius, 210 frost free days, and then 50 to 100 centimeter is the rainfall requirement. Other than that, if you talk about the jute, here you will be seeing the 100 to 250, that is the water requirement. If you talk about sugarcane, that is 75 to 120, that is your water requirement. And here you can see when we talk about the tea, 150 to 300, that is your water requirement. Other than that, when we talk about the soil type, that is well drained black cotton soil of Deccan Plateau, which we know that when we talk about the cotton production, Deccan Plateau is the area where we have black cotton soil or the black soil. Okay, coming to the next one, jute is requiring a temperature between 15 to 34 degrees Celsius. Soil type, jute can be raised on the all kind of soils, but the sandy loamy soil will be when we talk about the sandy and the loamy soil and the alluvial soil, these are the best fit. So you can see the jute can be raised from all kind of soil, from the clay to sandy loams, but the loamy alluvial soil are the best ones. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one, sugarcane, we have seen that the water requirement, the rainfall requirement, that is 75 to 120 degree 120 centimeters. When we talk about temperature, that is 28 to 32 degrees Celsius. Okay, soil type, that is sugarcane can grow in variety of soils, including the black cotton soil, loam, brown or reddish loams, clayey soils. Okay, so sugarcane can be you can say produced in any kind of soil which are given over here. Coming to the next one, tea, if we talk about, so 20 degree to 30 degrees Celsius, which we have already seen, and then the rainfall requirement is 150 to 300 centimeters. Soil type is deep and fertile, well drained soil, rich in humus and organic matter. We have already seen that if the soil is on the acidic side, okay, so that will be good. So if you are having more humus in the organic matter, that means that soil will be more acidic. Okay, coming to the next one, among the following, which one is the least water efficient crop? Sugarcane, sunflower, pearl millet, and the red gram. Now sugarcane is the least efficient because sugarcane requires a lot of water. Here you can see, if we talk about the sugarcane, water requirements are high. Rainfall requirement is 75 to 120 centimeters, so higher requirement is there. When we talk about the pearl millet, etc., these are also grown in the areas of Rajasthan, so these are having less requirements. Okay, sunflower and the red gram, these are having relatively lesser requirements of water. Sugarcane is the water intensive crop, so that is why we can say that it is the least water efficient crop. Okay, so here you can say sugarcane is important cash crop. When we talk about tea, sugarcane, these are your cash crops which is there. So it is the least water efficient crop because it is requiring 1800 to 2200 mm per season. Okay, 180 to 220 centimeter per season, that is the water requirement for the sugarcane. When we talk about the sunflower being the major source of the vegetable oil, when we talk about the vegetable oil, India is quite import dependent. Okay, so that is there. When we talk about the other vegetable oil, that is soya oil. Okay, so soya bean is produced by Madhya Pradesh, that is why it is also known as the soya state of India. So that is something which you should remember, and it is one of the most important soil oil seed crop in India. So that is their water requirement is lesser than the sugarcane, that is 672 mm per season. Pearl millet, when we talk about, so that is a drought tolerant crop. Obviously I told you that we can grow that in Rajasthan as well, so that is why the water requirement is very less, that is 350 mm per season. Then red gram is also important pulse crop, pulses when we talk about, so that is also important. It is also known as the pigeon pea, arhar and the tuar. The water usage is somewhere around 250 to 400 mm. So here you can see the other crops like sunflower, pearl millet, red gram, these are having less water requirement. So here sugarcane is the only option which is having high water requirement. Okay, now let's move further to the next one. With reference to the current trends in the cultivation of sugarcane in India, consider the following statement: a substantial saving in the seed material is made when the bud chip seedlings are raised in the nursery and transplanted in the main field. Obviously when we talk about the saving, earlier what used to happen is that they used to take the stem of the cane and then they used to plant it in the, you can say, field. Okay, now with the bud chip seedlings, what they are doing is that they are just taking this particular part. Okay, when we talk about the cane on the bud, this chip seedlings, if we see, so they will be having an eye. Eye is the place from where the new plant will start to, you can say, sprout. So basically that is why now what they are doing is that they are just taking these parts. Okay, and that is why the remaining part can be used. So the seed material the requirement of the seed material is declining. So what they are doing is that they are taking just this particular part which is there. So they are making these chips and they are planting it in the, you can say, field. Okay, so that statement 1 is correct. Coming to the next one, when direct planting of the sets is done, the germination percentage is better with the single bud set as compared to the sets with the many buds. Now what they are saying is that if there is a single budded set, so their germination probability is high. Now that is wrong, because if you are having many sets, okay, or you can say many buds you are having, that means that many openings are there from which you can sprout a particular plant. So if there is a single bud, so there are less chances. If there are multiple buds are there, then you can say chances are increasing. So the germination percentage is better with the, you can say, multi sets, multi buds. Okay, so this statement is incorrect. If bad weather conditions prevails, the sets are directly planted, the single budded sets have better survival as compared to the large sets. Again, I am telling you the same logic. The single one will have the lesser chance of survival, and if there is a larger sets are there, they will be having better, you can say, chances of survival. So statement 3 is also wrong. Now this is just a logic. Okay, when we talk about the bud chipling, so the kind of bud, if they are having more bud, more germination can happen. Okay, so that is the simple logic. Coming to the next one, sugarcane can be cultivated using the seedlings prepared from the tissue culture. Now this is also right, but when we talk about the tissue culture and they are preparing the seedlings, what they are doing is that they will be taking the tissues and they will be growing in the, you can say, lab, and after that they will be putting these lab grown tissues into the you can say nursery, and there they will be starting to create the saplings, and then they will be planting into the, you can say, in the field. Okay, but this tissue culture is kind of you can say not very cheap. Okay, so that is not very economically viable, so that is there, but it can be done through that. So they are only asking that sugarcane can be cultivated using the seedlings prepared from the tissue culture, so this is also correct. Okay, now it is not viable, but it is correct. Option 4 is right. So 1 and 4 is right, so option C would be your right answer over here. Now tissue culture technology, if we talk about, so here you can see they have taken the sugarcane top, they have got rid of the outer portion. Now this is the inner portion, and in the lab they will be growing this inner portion in a particular solution, and then shoot will start to grow, and then they will be, after the shoot, they will be going for the growing the roots, and then they will be, these well rooted saplings will be transferred into the fields. Okay, before transferring into the fields, they will be using a greenhouse chamber. In that greenhouse chamber, they will be grown to a particular you can say period, and then they will be shifted to the field. Okay, so that is there. Now with this particular, you can say, process, you can realize that this can be a hectic process, as well as more money will be required for that. So that is why it is not economically viable. So that is about your tissue culture technology, which we have seen. Coming to the next one, bud chip technology, I have already told you over here. So this is the stem of the cane, and this is the bud cutter. So what they are doing is that they are cutting the buds over here. These buds, they will be taking this particular bud over here. Now after cutting the buds, you can see these are your buds which are there. Now at every bud there is this eye is there. Okay, so this is, you can see there is this eye from where the shoot will start to come. Okay, so now once they will be having this you can say plant which is started to grow on that, that will be sent to the nursery, where they will be you can say grown for a period of time. So seedlings will be there in the nursery, and after that, that will be transplanted in the field. So that is your bud chip technology, so which we have already discussed. Now moving further, with reference to the pulses production, again I am telling you sugarcane is kind of favorite. So this is the third time we have seen the mention of sugarcane. Now coming to the next one here, with reference to the pulses production in India, consider the following statement: black gram can be cultivated as both kharif as well as rabi crop. Okay, so they are saying that black gram can be cultivated in both kharif as well as rabi crop, so that is correct. Coming to the next one, green gram alone accounts for nearly half of the pulses production. Now even if you don't know about this particular, you can say, statement, what you can see, they are saying that green gram, which is one kind of, you can say, pulse, and they are saying that this is basically accounting from half of the pulses production. Pulses, there are various varieties of pulses which is there, and only one variety of gram which it is saying that is accounting nearly half, more than the half of that. So we can say that this logically does not sound good, because obviously there are various kind of pulses which is there. So one particular crop cannot be accounting to nearly half of the all section of these crops. Okay, so that is why this statement 2 becomes incorrect. Coming to the next one, in the last 3 decades, while the production of the Kharif pulses has increased, the production of the Rabi has decreased. Now that is not the case, that has also been increased. Now if you see, if you can eliminate the second one, because if when we talk about the third one, you might know about it or you might not know, okay, but if you can eliminate the second one with the logic that only one crop cannot be accounting to, you know, a whole section of the pulses, so that is why you can say you can eliminate the second one. If you eliminate the second one, you can see this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. Option A is the right answer. So that is how elimination techniques work. Okay. Now here you can see, if we talk about the features of the crops over here, so here when we talk about Kharif, that is generally in the rainy season. Again, these are generally in the rainy season. Okay, exception can be there. Rabi generally in the winter season. Zaid, that is generally in the summer season. When we talk about the sowing time, that is May to July. Rabi for that it is October to December, and for Zaid it is January to March. Harvest time is there September to October, April to May, March to June. Okay, so that is there. If we talk about the climatic conditions, when we talk about the Kharif crops, so since they are there in the rainy season, so hot weather with a lot of water it would require, that is why they are grown in the rainy season. Coming to the Rabi crop, these are the winter crops, so warm climate for the germination and the cold climate for the growth that is required. Okay, so that is there. Coming to the next one, Zaid, early maturing crops are grown in the hot and the dry climatic times. Okay, now examples are given: Kharif, rice, jowar, bajra, cotton, jute, maize, sugarcane. For Rabi, wheat, gram, pea, potato, barley, oats, oil seeds, onions, etc. And for Zaid, cucumber, mango, watermelon, moong, dal, pumpkins, these are grown in the Zaid. Now you can go through this. Other than that, explanation has been given over here, because when we talk about the production related data that has been given, that would not be very important for you right now, because obviously this is the question which has been asked in 2020. So you don't have to worry about this data right now. What is the production in 2009 to 10 and all, that is not important for you. What is important is that this particular process, that you can eliminate something like this from just bare logic. Okay. Coming to the next one, you can go through these particular slides over here if you want to understand the concepts over here. Okay. Other than that, share of pulses production. Okay. So here you can say gram, that is chana, 43.29%, and other you can say the other type of pulses which is there. Now one more thing which you can remember, that if we talk about the pulses, the maximum is your gram, that is chana, and they are saying that the green gram is amounting to, you know, nearly half of all of it. Okay. Green gram is just 10%. Okay. So we cannot say that it is amounting to half of all of that. Okay. So that is about this. Coming to the next one, with reference to the cultivation of Kharif crops in India in the last 5 years, consider the following statement: area under the rice cultivation is the highest. That can be true, because area under the rice cultivation can be high. Area under the cultivation of jowar is more than that of oil seeds. Again, same logic. In 2019, they have asked the question. With the same logic, you have eliminated the second option over here. With the same logic, they have asked the question in 2020, same statement can be eliminated from there. Here you can see, they have said that under the cultivation of jowar, area under the cultivation of jowar is more than that of oil seeds. Now jowar is just one crop. Oil seed is the whole section of the crops. Okay, there are various oil seeds, soya, when we talk about the palm oil, when we talk about the soya bean, sunflower oil, all these things are there. Okay, so just one crop cannot be comparable with all the section of this. Okay, considering that, you can eliminate this one. Now if you eliminate the second one, you can see second eliminated. Option A is your right answer, 1 and 3 only. Okay, so area under the cotton cultivation is more than that of sugarcane. Area under the sugarcane cultivation is steadily decreasing. So these statements are correct. When we talk about the 1 and 3, that is correct. 4 is wrong. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Now you don't have to go with the data over here, but again data has been given. So rice is the maximum one here, you can see, and it is growing throughout. Okay, coming to the next one, when we talk about the sugarcane, here you can say 50, 49, 44, 47. So they are saying that it is declining steadily, but that is not the case, but because in 2017-18 it has been increased. Now these are the data which is old, 14, 15, 16, 17, that is not important for you. So don't waste your time, just you can see, you can go for the recent trends. Okay. But again, this is the question which is based on logic and not on the data. Now moving further, consider the following statement: moringa drumstick tree is a leguminous evergreen tree. Now this is not a leguminous tree. Leguminous trees are the one which is basically where there is a bacteria which is fixing the nitrogen. Okay, so that is not one of them. So one is gone over here. If you eliminate the first one, here, first is gone. Option B is your right answer, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, tamarind, that is basically your imli. tree is endemic to South Asia. Now this is also incorrect because it is endemic to Africa. Okay, and then you can say it is native to Africa, and that countries like India, other countries in the South Asia like Pakistan, etc., they are also growing it. So that is not endemic to South Asia, and Africa is the native place from where this particular crop has come. So statement 2 is also you can say incorrect. So 3, 4 and 5, that is your right answer. You can go through this. In India, most of the tamarind is collected as the minor forest produce, that is right. India exports tamarind and the seeds of the moringa, that is also right. Seeds of the moringa and the tamarind can be used in the production of biofuels. Obviously, they are saying that can be used, any kind of crop, residue, etc., that can be used for the biofuels. Okay. Now, efficacy can be different, efficiency can be different, but that is the different story, but that is true. Coming to the next one, these are the details of moringa which has been given. The moringa, that is drumsticks. Generally, in the southern part of India, you will be seeing in the cuisine they are using this particular moringa drumsticks. Okay, so this is native to India and sub-Himalayan region, and you can say if you talk about the worldwide cultivation, so tropical and the subtropical areas are the place where that can be cultivated. India is the largest producer and the largest exporter of the moringa. Now this particular fact is quite important, since they have asked about moringa in 2021, there are high chances moringa, tamarind, they can be asking again. Okay, so that fact is important. India is the largest producer and the largest exporter of the moringa. Moringa seeds yields 38 to 40% vegetable oils, which can be used for the biodiesel production, that is your biofuel. Okay, here you can see leguminous trees are the trees that belongs to the legume family, which includes peas, beans and the lentils. They are known for their ability to fix nitrogen from the air and improve the soil fertility. That is why these are called as the leguminous trees. So we have seen that moringa is not a leguminous tree. Okay, coming to the next one, that is tamarind. Tamarind is generally your imli, which you can see over here, native to Africa, but it is grown in India and Pakistan and other tropical region. Okay, and pulp is used for the food and medicine. Bark is used for the tonic. Seed powder is used generally as a sizing agent in the textile industry. Other than that, it is a minor forest produced in India. India actively exports tamarind. We are an exporter of the tamarind. Tamarind seeds can be used to produce biodiesel via trans esterification process. Okay, so that is something which you can remember. Now moving further, next is the system of rice intensification of cultivation, in which alternate wetting and drying of the rice fields is practiced, results in. Now they are saying that alternative wetting and drying of the rice fields. Generally, when we talk about the rice cultivation, you will be seeing that the rice fields are basically damp, kept under the water. Okay, so that will be there. Generally, if you see a field and you will be seeing that the saplings are there, so what they will do is that they will be having water level like this. They will be keeping them damped. Okay, so that is why you can say the water efficiency is very low in the rice, but we are having this next best technique, that is wetting and drying of the rice fields. That is another technique which is there. Now they are saying that what are the you can say which alternative is practiced as a result. System of the rice intensification of the cultivation, in which alternative wetting and drying of the rice fields is practiced, results in. So basically they are asking about the result, what is the benefit of this particular practice. Okay, reduced seed requirement, that is correct. Reduced methane production, since you are not keeping the rice field damped with the water. Okay, methane production is less over there, so that is also important thing. Coming to the next one, reduce electricity consumption, because obviously irrigation activities are lesser, so that is also there. So all of them is your right answer, that is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, system of rice intensification is a methodology for increasing the productivity of the irrigated rice by changing the management of the plant, soil, water and the nutrients, particularly by the eliciting the greater root growth. In SRI, the paddy fields are alternatively cleaved and dried, and main objective of this method is less requirement of the seeds, less production of the methane and less consumption of the electricity, which we have seen. Coming to the next one, black cotton soil of India has been formed due to the weathering of brown forest soil, fissure, volcanic rocks, granite and the schist and the shale and limestone. So option B is your right answer. When we talk about the Deccan Plateau, you know that the origin is basically volcanic in nature. So fissure, volcanic rocks. Option B is your right answer. So when we talk about the black soil, that is also known as the Ragur soil. Okay, black cotton soil or the Ragur soil, climatic conditions and the parent rock material. It is formed because of the weathering etc. which has happened, and since the original you can say the origin of this particular area is volcanic in nature, and because of the climatic condition that results results into weathering, and the parent rock material, it has led to the color of it, that is your black soil. Okay, found in the Deccan Prep region, originating from the basaltic lava flows. Okay, basaltic lava flows, lava is volcanic in nature, covered the part of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. It is basically good for the cotton cultivation. Found in the upper reaches of the Godavari and the Krishna rivers, rich in lime, iron, manganese, aluminum, potash, and deficient in phosphorus, nitrogen and the organic material, highly suitable for the cotton cultivation. Okay. Now here you can see these are the various type of soils which has been given over here. If you look at these particular spots which are there, these spots are basically your sub-mountain soil, okay, or the mountain soil which is there. Coming to the, or you can say, these particular spots are your snow fields, because these are the Himalayas. Coming to the next one, these soils over here, these are your mountain soils, okay. So that is there. Next is your alluvial soil, that is your Ganga plain, okay, that is there, and this is your Thar desert, so that is the desert soil. If we talk about this particular region, that is your black soil, which you should know about. When we talk about this particular region of the karst, or the area where you have high rainfall, so where we will be having the laterite soil, okay. So that is something which is important, so you can go through this particular map. Now moving further, these are some of the features which has been given of the alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, desert soil, laterite soil, mountain soil, or the soil feeds. This is something which can be asked in examination. This is something you should go through, okay. So that is about your, you can say it is your homework. Now let's move further. How is permaculture farming different from the conventional chemical farming? Okay, permaculture is different from the chemical farming. Chemical farming is basically where you are using the pesticides or the, you can say, herbicides, etc. Okay, so that is there. And permaculture is basically the one where we are going for the sustainable practices. You are using the nature much in that. Okay, so permaculture farming discourages the monoculture practices, but conventional chemical farming, monoculture practices are predominant. Now this is correct. When we talk about the permaculture, we are going for the intercropping, mixed cropping. Okay, but when we talk about the chemical farming, or you can say the conventional chemical farming, you know that during the green revolution we have used this kind of farming, and that is why the production of rice and wheat has shooted. Okay, so it has increased because we are going for the monoculture. So that is correct. Conventional chemical farming can cause increase in the soil salinity, but the occurrence of the such phenomena is not observed in the permaculture. Now when we talk about the, you can say, these chemical soils, obviously we are using the chemicals, we are using the fertilizer, so the soil salinity will be increasing. So this statement is also correct. Coming to the next one, the conventional chemical farming is easily possible in the semi-arid region. Now if we talk about the conventional you can say chemical farming, or the one which we have used in the green revolutions, that is basically highly dependent on the irrigation. For that you need water. Okay, in the semi-arid region you won't be getting the water. So in the conventional farming you will be needing the chemicals, you will be going for the fertilizer, you will be going for the irrigation. So that is why it is not possible in the semi-arid region. That will be possible in the region where you will have a lot of water. On the other hand, the permaculture can be used in the semi-arid regions as well. So this statement is wrong. Okay, coming to the next one, practice of mulching is very important in the permaculture farming, but not necessarily so in the conventional chemical farming. So this statement is correct. So 1, 2 and 4 is correct. Option B is your right answer. Okay, if you go through the definition over here, you can see the sustainable farming approach ensuring long-term land productivity based on the 3 ethics, that is care for the earth, care for people and the fair share. So basically you are going for the sustainability. Okay, moving further, draws from the organic farming, agroforestry, integrated farming, sustainable development and applied ecology. So basically they are focusing on the nature, they are focusing on the organic farming. All these aspects are covered in the permaculture. Okay, coming to the next one, chemical farming, that is the conventional one, that is defined as the practice where chemicals such as the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, even fertilizers, these are used in the agriculture to control the pest and the disease and control and promote the growth. Okay, if you want to promote the growth, even a high amount of water is required, or irrigation is required. Okay, so that is there in the you can say chemical farming. If you talk about the difference between the two, integrated multi-cropping is there, and when we talk about the chemical farming, monoculture is there, which we have already seen. Input use, here organic fertilizer and the organic inputs will be used over here, natural methods will be used here, pesticide, herbicide, chemical fertilizer etc. will be used. Soil fertility if we talk about, so in the permaculture you will be enhancing the soil fertility because you are using the natural elements only. Now in the chemical farming you will be seeing that there will be a depletion of the soil fertility because you are using the chemicals. Coming to the next one, suitability for the semi-arid region, as I told you, this is adaptable due to the climate responsive design. We are going for the design which is climate change resistant. Okay, and when we talk about the chemical farming, that is not suitable because excessive chemicals are being used. Other than that, you will be using the excessive agriculture, so for the semi-arid regions you won't be able to use it. Waste management, if you talk about, so here there is a zero waste, because you are using the waste which has been created in the agriculture. Here you are not using the waste, so waste will be generated. Okay, then you can go for the stubble burning, etc., that will ultimately harm the pollution, harm the environment via pollution. Mulching is an essential component over here and not considered essential for the chemical farming. So that is about the permaculture and the chemical farming over here. So that is their definition of mulching. If you talk about, it is a practice of spreading a protective layer of the materials, that is mulch, around the plants. It helps in maintaining the temperature, moisture retention, and keeping the fruits clean. Okay, so that is their importance. You can go through this particular slide over here. Now moving further, next question is, what are the advantages of the fertigation in the irrigation? Now fertigation, the term which you can say, that is ferti plus gation. Okay, you can say fertilization plus irrigation, fertilizer plus irrigation. So what they are doing is that while they are going for the irrigation, they are using the fertilizer together, okay, to ensure the efficiency. Now let's see, controlling the alkalinity of the irrigation is possible. Obviously you are going for something like that, so you will be making sure that you are controlling the alkalinity, so that is possible. Efficient application of the rock phosphates and all other phosphatic fertilizer is possible. Now we are saying that all other phosphatic fertilizer is possible. Now that is the little bit extreme statement right now to say, so that we can put this on the hold. Coming to the next one, increased availability of the nutrients to the plant is possible. Obviously if you are going for the irrigation, the amount of you can say nutrients which you are using, that can be controlled by you, so you can go for the increased availability of the nutrients to the plant. Okay, so that will be there, and lower wastage will be there, so that is correct. Coming to the next one, reduction in the leaching of the chemical nutrients is possible. Obviously more nutrients will be there for the plants, leaching will be less, because you are going for the controlled irrigation as well. Okay, so the washing away of the nutrients is also not the case over there, and the leaching will not be there. Okay, so 1, 3 and 4 is correct over here, so option C is your right answer. Okay. Coming to the next one, definition of fertigation, a modern agro technique supplying fertilizer through irrigation of the water. Okay, enhance fertilizer use efficiency, reduce pollution, and boost the crop yield. So these are the benefits, that is why we are going for it. Benefits of the fertigation over the conventional methods, so increased nutrients absorption, because efficient uptake by plant will be there, and that is what has been given over here, that increased availability of the nutrients to the plant. Okay, coming to the next one, precise nutrient placement, because you know that where nutrients should be going, so you will be irrigating that particular area, so that is their nutrients travel exactly where water goes. Okay, coming to the next one, micro dosing advantage, supply just enough nutrients to avoid the runoff, so that is why you can say runoff will not be there, leaching will not be there. Okay, reduced chemical leaching prevents water contamination. If you are going for the reduced leaching, so water contamination will not be there, chemicals will not be going into the groundwater. Coming to the next one, water conservation will be there, because you are taking care of the efficient irrigation, or the efficient or the controlled use of water. Controlled nutrient supply, which we have already seen. Low risk of the soil borne diseases, reduce contamination through the soil contact, and soil erosion control, that is drip fertigation, minimizes the you can say erosion, because we are not going for the flow of the water, we are using the drip irrigation or other kind of efficient irrigation method, so that the water flow or the washing away of the water is less. Okay, that is there. And pH management, that is the alkalinity of the you can say nutrients or the alkalinity of that particular field can be controlled. So that is our pH management. Now coming to the next one, consider the following consider the following states: Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra and Odisha, with reference to the state mentioned above in the terms of the percentage of the forest cover, the total state of the area of the state. Which one of the following is correct? So basically they are asking that forest cover to the area of the state which is having the you can say correct ascending order they are asking. So let's see, if we talk about this particular you can say Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra and Odisha, so you will be seeing that when we talk about the ratio, that will be high in Chhattisgarh with respect to the size of the state. Maximum forest is there in Chhattisgarh. After that we have Odisha. Okay, so after Chhattisgarh, when we are talking about the ratio over here, they are saying that the forest with respect to the size of the state or the area of the state. So that is, first is the Chhattisgarh, then we will be having Odisha, then we will be having Madhya Pradesh, and then we will be having Maharashtra. Okay, so that is Chhattisgarh. That will be your first, and they are talking about the you can say ascending order. So we will be starting with the minimum, that is Maharashtra. Maharashtra is the 2, then we have Maharashtra is 3, MP is 2, then we have Odisha, that is 4, and then Chhattisgarh, that is 1. 3, 2, 4, 1 is your right answer, that is option C is your correct answer over here. Okay. So here you can see state of the forest report has is a biennial report which is basically giving you idea about the you can say extent of the forest which is there in India. So it is given by the Ministry of Environment and the Forest and the Climate Change. So that is, you can see here, you can see Chhattisgarh is having the highest percentage, that is 41.13, then Odisha, then Madhya Pradesh, and then Maharashtra. So that is the ascending order. Okay. Considering that, I would suggest that you go through the recent you can say forest report, and accordingly you can give this particular order. Okay. Now before moving further, we are also having IAS Prelims Test Series 2025, which will be helping you with the practice, because when we talk about the PYQs is important to understand the language of the UPSC, but when we talk about the practice, the test series becomes important. Okay. So key features are comprehensive coverage, subject wise evaluation will be there, detailed explanation will be there, medium of the instruction is there English, and for more details you can call us on this particular number, that is 87501 87501. Different packages are available, so according to your suitability you can call us on this number, or you can download the Drishti Learning app and get your package, and you can enroll in the test series. Okay. Now let's move further. Mineral and the energy resources over here. So let's see the statement question number 1 over here. Consider the following statement: India, despite having the uranium deposit, depends on coal for the most of the electricity production. That is correct, because despite having the you can say uranium deposits, we are not able to extract it yet. Okay. So we are depending on the coal. That statement is correct. Uranium enriched to the extent at least 60% is required for the production of the electricity. Now this is wrong. For the electricity production, nearly 3 to 5% of the enrichment is you can say required. So this statement is wrong. 1 is correct, 2nd is wrong. So you can say option C is your right answer. Okay. So that is about it. Here you can see this is the, you can say when we are talking about the thermal electricity generation, that is nearly amounting for 75% of the total power generation. And when we talk about the uranium enrichment, that is the process of increasing the concentration of uranium to 35. Okay. Here for the natural uranium, that is generally found in 0.7% enriched state, then you will be using it, or you can say increasing the content over here. Nearly when we talk about the nuclear power plant etc., for the electricity generation you will be needing 3 to 5% of the enrichment. Okay. And for the high enriched, when we talk about the fuel for the nuclear reactors, when we talk about the small modular reactor or the other nuclear reactor, you will be needing that is 20%. And when we talk about the weapon grade for the nuclear weapons etc., that is 90%. Okay. So that is about it. Moving further to the next one, ilmenite and rutile, abundantly available in the certain coastal tracts of India, are rich source of which of the following: aluminium, copper, iron, or titanium? Option D is your right answer. Now again, I would suggest that you will go through, you can say this aluminium, copper, and iron. You will be seeing the source of these elements as well. Okay. So you can go and see that what are the source of aluminium. When we talk about the aluminium, we have bauxite. Okay. Then when we talk about the iron, we have the oxides of the iron, which is also there, hematite etc. is there. So you can go through that. Okay. So that has been given over here. You can go through this particular slide because the answer has been discussed over here. Now moving further, with reference to India, consider the following statements: monazite is a source of rare earths. Okay. That is correct. Coming to the next one, monazite contains thorium. Now that is also correct. Monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coast sands in India. Now again they are saying the entire Indian coastal sands. Now that becomes wrong, because when we talk about the entire coastal sands, that becomes even a little bit of, you can say, extreme statement as well. So third one is wrong. If you eliminate the third one, okay, so option B would be your right answer. 1, 2 and 4. In India, government bodies only can process and export the monazite because government is having the monopoly. Okay, so that is there about the monazite. So you can go through this. Monazite is an important ore of rare earth elements, that is thorium, lanthanum and the cerium. Okay, so that is there. And when we talk about India, it is found in India, Madagascar and the southern Africa. And India, mostly around the coastline you will be finding it, but on when we are talking about the entire coastal sand, it is not there. Okay, so that is there. Here in India, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Jharkhand are the areas where you will be finding it. Okay, so that is about it. Moving further, consider the following minerals: bentonite, chromite, kyanite and the seliminite. Now these are the 4 which is given. In India, which of the above is officially designated as the major minerals? Okay, so if you talk about the major minerals, chromite is there, selenite is there, seliminite is there, kyanite is there. So first 2, 3 and 4 is there, that is option D is your right answer over here. Now bentonite is a minor mineral. Okay, so how will you know? There is a list which has been given. Okay, so by the National Account Statistics 2007, there is a list, major minerals are given, and they are divided into different sections. That is fuel minerals, that is coal, lignite, natural gas, petroleum. Metallic minerals, which is bauxite, chromite, copper, iron ore, lead, zinc, manganese, etc., which is given over here. Then you will be seeing that non-metallic minerals which are also there, which is the grouping which is given over here. Then minor minerals, if you talk about, so these are the bentonite is given over here in the minor minerals. Obviously it will not be very easy for you to go through this particular table, but please, those minerals which are in the news, or because of some reason they are in the news, please remember their name or go through this particular table at least once before your examination. Okay, so that is there. When we talk about the major minerals and the minor minerals, there is a differentiation which is given. So we have this act, that is MMDR Act, under which definition is been given. Minerals is specified as the major minerals in the MMDR Act, and in the same act, if you are having these minerals which are other than these which are identified as the major minerals, that is minor minerals. Okay, act is MMDR Act 1957. Examples, if we talk about coal, iron, bauxite, gold, silver, kyanite, chromite, selemonite, that has been given over here. And when we talk about the example of this, so building stone, gravel, sand, limestone, which are used for generally construction, etc., marble, quartzite, these are basically your minor minerals. Okay, jurisdiction, central government will be responsible for the conservation, central government will be making rules, central government will be going for the auctions, etc., that is the, you can say, for the central government. And when we talk about the major minerals, that is for the state government. Okay, so that is about it. Now moving further, with reference to the management of the minor minerals in India, consider the following statement. Sand is a minor minerals according to the prevailing law in country, that is correct. State government have power to grant mining lease for the minor minerals, that is correct. But the power regarding the formation of the rules related to these is with the central government. Now this is incorrect, because for major minerals it is with the central government, for minor minerals that is with the state government. Okay, so second is wrong over here. Coming to the next one, state government have power to frame the rules to prevent the illegal mining of the minor minerals, that is correct. So 1 and 3 is correct, option A is your right answer over here. Similar things are given over here. Section 15 of the MMDR Act is saying that the state government to regulate the grant of the minor mineral concession for the minor minerals. As a result, state have framed their own minor minerals concession rules. Okay, so that has been given over here. Other than that, I have already covered the difference between the major and the minor minerals over here. Okay. Coming to the next one, leaf litter decomposes faster than in any other biome, and as a result the soil surface is often almost bare. Apart from trees, the vegetation is largely composed of the plants that reach up to the canopy vicariously by climbing the trees or the growing as the epiphytes rooted on the upper branches of the trees. That is most likely description of coniferous forest, dry deciduous forest, mangrove forest, or the, you can say, tropical rainforest. Now if you talk about the kind of description they are giving, they are saying that the canopy is so high. Okay, so that is there, and the plants are vicariously using the sunlight by climbing the trees and growing on as the epiphytes. Okay, so basically what they are saying is that the canopy is so high that the sunlight is not giving, sunlight is not entering into the forest over here, and the other plants which are there on the ground, they are climbing on the trees to reach to the top. Okay, so basically that is a feature of the, you can say, tropical rainforest. Okay, because the canopy and the forests are so dense that sunlight is not entering inside the, you can say, forest. And for that, what will happen is that, let's say there is a tree like this, and this is the canopy and this is the stem. So smaller trees which are there on the ground, they will start to climb on these trees. Okay, so that is the feature of tropical rainforest. Okay, which is given over here. You can go through this. And other than that, when we talk about the areas, these are the areas of the tropical, you can say, rainforest, because they are in the tropical region. Okay, so that is there. Temperature requirement will be ranging from the 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Precipitation is 2000 to 10,000 millimeters, and vegetation is vines, palm trees, etc., which are quite important when we are talking about the tropical rainforest. Okay, so that is about the discussion. Now before ending the session, I would like to tell you that IAS Prelims GS plus CSET online course is available over here on the Drishti Learning app. Key features are 500 plus hours of the classes, unlimited watch time will be there, as I already told you what it is, and 30 free tests will be there of GS plus CSET. It will be available in the English medium. For more details, you can call us on this number, that is 87501, or you can download the Drishti Learning app. Okay, so with that we'll be ending this session. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, with that we'll be ending this session. There will be a question which is there in the comment box. You can answer that particular question. With that, I'll be taking your leave. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.